So I would like to talk to you about the most important part of discipline. Maybe you do know it, maybe you don't, but here it is. The most important part of discipline is for your child to feel loved and accepted exactly the way he or she is. There are different types of children, but let's just focus on two major divisions: the more agreeable children and the children that are more, let's say, difficult to handle. Either one of the types of the children require your love and attention by either behaving or misbehaving. The more agreeable type will usually come to you and ask for love and affection and time together and so on, whereas more difficult type to handle would be the ones asking more with misbehaving or doing negative actions to draw your attention. For them, getting your attention either way is a benefit. My oldest son, besides being ADHD, was always craving my attention. But when I say craving my attention, he was craving it all the time. When I would, for example, praise either his brother or sister for something that they have done good, whether in school or with their friends or at home, doesn't matter. He would start voicing his things, his opinion, like just to draw my attention out. He would start saying things like, "Oh, I'm not good for anything," and "Oh, I could never do it as good as he or she could." And even if the whole topic that we were talking about wouldn't be about him at all, or about something that he can or cannot do, he just needed me to acknowledge him at that point in time, to say that, "Oh, no, honey, you're just as good as your brother or your sister, if not even better." He had this need of being acknowledged and have my attention all the time. My twins, on the other hand, the youngest children that are in our family right now, have always been more agreeable type, not very difficult to handle. They, if they felt their love cup being empty, they would come to me and ask, "Mommy, can we spend time together, or could we cuddle, or could we read a book together?" And just no certain terms would require my attention or love without doing this negative behavior cycle. Discipline is a lot easier if your child feels safe in your love and care. Then he doesn't feel like you're just ordering him around and telling him what to do. He feels that the maybe rules that you're enforcing are fair. Children communicate with us through their behavior. If they misbehave and we don't do anything about it, they start wondering, why wouldn't we care enough about them to correct them for it? Here's a little story from my childhood. My parents were very strict, and they were always enforcing different boundaries with me, and we had a lot of rules, and I had to abide by them. And on the other hand, I had a friend whom I grew up with, and she had parents that were very easygoing, free. You could almost say that she could do anything, and they would allow her to do it. Quite a few years down the line, when we got together as friends and just chit-chatted about different things, where our lives have taken us and so on, she had told me that she actually wishes she had my parents. I was a little bit puzzled. I said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand. You wanted to have my parents instead of yours? I mean, I would have given anything in the world to have your parents, so easygoing and letting you get away with things and so on." You know what she said? She said, "At least your parents cared enough to correct you and enforce the boundaries with you."